Hey guys, TarkeBobCat here. I want to do a quick pre-maps update on my Burning Area character. As you can see, it's level 69. I'm going to do a quick lap of Dried Lake, show how the build performs, and all that other stuff. Again, this is just a pre-map update, so don't expect anything too fancy. We're currently using the dark ray vectors, so basically we start off the map with low movement speed, we get some frenzy charges, and then we start whizzing around. Now, as you can see, for A, we have actually swapped my setup to use a split arrow. The reason being is split arrow just felt good for where my damage is currently at. If I decide that I like it, I'm going to stick with this, and then we just use the burning arrow for single target. Because the sudden ignition burning arrow duel is mostly a single target thing, right? For AoE, you don't really need the double ignite, so it kind of makes sense that, well, for single target, use it, and then for AoE, you just use a better AoE skill. And also, I haven't got a 6-link yet, and I wanted to have some increased chances to ignite. So I'm running the chance to ignite gem on my split arrow instead of a GMP if that was, for example, a burning arrow. Thanks for the random follow. Random person following me after my stream has ended. Just get you down real quick. So yeah, so far you can see kind of how the build functions. Pretty straightforward. Just split everything. Keep all your flasks active. Run around. And yeah, level 69 damage is okay. Using 2 5-links, 1 5-link AoE, 1 5-link single target. Worry about loot later. We haven't got elemental overload yet, so that's going to be obviously a pretty substantial DPS increase. So considering we haven't yet got the LE overload, which is a 40% more multiplier, we're just on 2 5-links, and we've only done our Cruel Ascendancy. The build is performing pretty well. So I'll just finish up this lap, and then we'll talk about gear, stuff I've changed on the tree, etc. So yeah, that's basically that. So, again, 69, where is the gear at? We're using a Zoph's Nurture in a 5-link, and this is where my burning arrow is situated. But the reason why we use the Zoph's Nurture, it has a bit of chance to ignite on it. Again, this is a non-crit build. There are crit variants on my channel if you look back, if you want to play a crit version. We need the chance to ignite to secure our ignites because non-crit. It gives 12-yard prolif, meaning we don't need to run the prolif gem, and it gives us some life recovery when we ignite an enemy, which is like, it's like a pseudo life gain on hit sort of thing, so we nearly always ignite, so we're getting this incoming steady life recovery. In this setup, we're running Fire Pen. Burning Arrow. Quality on Burning Arrow is quite important because it gives the increased ignite duration with weapon elemental damage, pierce, and slower projectiles. And Dyad and Dawn, enemies ignited by attack burn 35% faster. This is a more multiplier. Having that in with the quality on the burning area, basically giant ignites, they become faster. We can stack 2 up very easily. Seems good. Using a random Var Lightning Trap in the off color. I only just sort of reached this level, so you can see my gear isn't perfectly optimized. So when you see on a single target, drop down a Var Lightning Trap, it shocks the enemy, burn through it. In the gloves, we're just using these gloves because they fix our resist, and as you can see, we have the Wise Oak Dream 78, 78, 78, meaning we have the 20% pen for all elements and the 10% reduced damage for all elements. Very nice. When it comes to like, my LA weakness, I'm going to have to work that out, but hopefully I'll just get all res jewels or something. Attack speed, life, some resists, and I have Herald of Ash because I need Herald of Ash, and then just a blink, arrow, faster attacks. I'll work out that socket. For the helm, we're using the Gull. The Gull is amazing. Having the shrines popping up is really nice defense. It's really nice clear seed when you get acceleration shrines. This also means if you run a lot of Domination League stones, the shrines you get from them become super shrines. If you get an acceleration shrine from a Domination, you just zoom through the entire map. It's hilarious. And in this, we're using Curse on Hit farm ability with Split Arrow Pierce. Because we are a raider, we have enough Frenzy Charge generation anyway, so by doing Pierce Split Arrow, it just means we reliably curse the entire screen. If you're doing the Pathfinder variant, then use a Frenzy GMP cast on hit setup. In the chest, we're currently using a Belly of the Beast. I was originally planning on using a Queen of the Forest, but currently, because of where my current gear is, because I have a low level Grace, it wasn't giving much of a movement speed boost. And also by running Belly, I got more life while I'm still picking up life from the tree, and gave me all res, which means I can fix my Wise Oak very easily. With Split Arrow, Pierce, Fire Penetration, Chance to Ignite, Weapon Elemental Damage. We were going without the chance to ignite. Since we put the chance to ignite in, the build feels much smoother, so I do recommend using chance to ignite for now. If you're a Pathfinder, you can probably get away with not having to use it. We have Grace in the floating off socket, and then in our boots we just have a pair of corrupted dark ray vectors. You don't need corrupted dark ray vectors. I actually purposely got these particular pair because they had exactly 33% lightning res, which is what I needed to match up all my resistances perfectly. And in this, we just have a cast and damage taken setup and a floating Val haste. So nothing too well optimized. The rings are nothing special. This has some wed. Percent chaos damage does nothing for us. Some stats. This doesn't have any wed at all. It has a little bit of flat fire. And this doesn't have any wed at all or any flat fire. So there's a lot of improvements which we made from the gear, extra links, extra levels, etc. In terms of the skill tree, you can see that we've done quite a lot of traveling, but we haven't really picked up anything that significant in terms of damage. We picked up these 2 early points, picked up life, got some flask duration, fast generation stuff. I like these. I also like having Primal Spirit early to sort out stat requirements. Snap in the Sudden Ignition Jewel here. Come through the bottom to get the chance to ignite, get Primeval Force, get Acro, get the Frenzies nice and early, get the Pierce, come into Duelist, attack speed, life, proj damage, Frenzy, life, Jewels. For Jewels, I haven't got anything too fancy, just increased damage, max life. The increased crit chance doesn't really do much for me. Once I go Ellie Overload, this will help me proc it, but I'm going to look to replace this. And here we have a pretty decent Jewel. The 10% increased damage double dips. The fizz damage doesn't double dip, but this does still scale out damage quite nicely. And has some life on there. Pick up Profane Chemistry. Picked up the Sudden Life Wheel, and now I'm going to fill in more Jewels, come up through Templar, pick up this, and pick up Ellie Overload. So we've still got quite a lot of life left to fill in the tree. So we have 20% here, and then 26, 30. So we've got 34% more life to fill in the tree. 7% life Jewel, 7% life Jewel, 7% life Jewel. Get more just raw levels, get just better gear and stuff. Upgrade my jewelry, and the build will just naturally sort of take off from there. So if you want to know like the really nitty-gritty stuff, I did do a full, very extensive build breakdown yesterday. Would I recommend the split arrow setup over the GMP burning arrow setup for AoE? I think so. Now, the other setup was using a Val burning arrow, and I have also been playing around the idea with using sack harvests. And if you used about 2 to 3 sack harvests, you could potentially use Val burning arrow for everything. So you just have like a split arrow set up in your chest, and then a Val burning arrow set up here. Use split arrow for like the first 1 or 2 packs, get enough souls, and then you just go Val burning arrow through every other pack. It's something that I want to try out, but I'm kind of broke at the moment because a lot of my wealth is just in items. So I don't have loads of disposable income, so I'm just corrupting Viridians. And once I've gotten 2 more sack harvests just through corruptions, I'll then test that out and report back to you guys on how it feels. But so far, so good. For leveling tips, I would probably recommend using a Storm Cloud from level 9 into a Doomfletch Prism. I actually used a Death Heart for a long part of the leveling process, but this is a non-crit build. It doesn't feel that good at all. If you use a Doomfletch Prism with some Flat Fizz Jewelry, Meganord's Girdle, stuff like that, it'll carry you through the leveling really nice and smooth. Wake of Destruction is also another pair of boots worth mentioning if you go for the more just raw elemental leveling route. Getting this 1 to 120 lightning damage is really nice. The movement speed is pretty lackluster, but it's something. And also, Hiri's Bite is an amazing leveling quiver. Not only does it fix all of your stat requirements, it now has 10 to 20 flat cold, which is a lot of raw elemental damage to equip at level 10. If you equip a Hiri's Bite and a Storm Cloud at level 10 combined, you will have absolutely no stat requirement issues, and your elemental damage will be insane with all the flat cold and all the flat lightning. But yes, I'm gonna sort out my Quartz Infusion into Avatar the Veil. I'm probably gonna just buy an early Uberlab boost so I can pick this up, and then keep on farming and give you guys another update once we're in maps. But yes, I'm Tarke. Have a good day. Bye bye.